What is up, Canes fans? It is the Beast, Brian London. Welcome back to the channel, The Beast On. If you hear my voice, if you see my face, please subscribe to the channel. Please share these videos with all your friends and family. And, if you could give me a little thumbs up, the little thumb down there, if you could hit it thumbs up, that helps Google know that someone has watched it and more people might want to watch it, and the algorithm and the analytics and the who's-he what's-he's and the widgets and all of that stuff. So today, as I look at my watch, because I don't know what date it is, it's Thursday, January 7th, as I'm recording this. It's a day after one of the worst days in American history, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about something way less serious. And that is N'Kosi Perry is transferring from the University of Miami, and it's not surprising at all that this would be the case, that he would put his name into the transfer portal, because D'Eriq King announced that he is coming back, and even though he did tear his ACL, everyone I've talked to, and I actually did dig a little on this injury to get some pertinent information, went back to my sources, they truly believe that he could be back by game one against Bama. So I don't know if that's, hey, everyone tell everyone if they ask you, even if it's off the record, that he's going to be back. I don't know if that's the case or if that's really what's the case. But D'Eriq King is expected, if all goes well, and that's, listen, you never know with these sorts of injuries. There could be infection after surgery. There could be setbacks in rehabilitation. You never know. But D'Eriq King is expected to be back for the beginning of the season. You just picked up Jake Garcia. You don't want a freshman to start against Bama, that's for sure. And you have TVD on the bench as well. So I can understand where N'Kosi Perry feels like he might be better off transferring out of the program. And here's where I think his mindset might be. Listen, N'Kosi Perry, up until really the bowl game, didn't have much of a very good reputation as a Miami Hurricane on or off the field. Let's be honest. His escapades, if you will, on Snapchat and other social media and what have you, off the field are one thing, but on the field, it was one of those things where whenever N'Kosi would get into the game, he would get some momentum and then make a mistake, and you would just be like, it's the 2 steps forward, 3 steps back thing. Now, I just looked at his career stats at the U, and they're not as horrific as I thought. They're not great, but they're not as horrific. I think it was like 24 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. But I think he really benefited, and from what I'm hearing, he really benefited from Rhett Lashley's coaching. And I think we saw that when he was forced to come in when D'Eriq King got hurt, that he looked like a better, more mature quarterback. And I think if I'm N'Kosi and I have a chance for a fresh start, knowing that, hey, listen, okay, off the field at Miami, I've done some stupid things. On the field, I wasn't that impressive, but I got this year of coaching under a real offensive coordinator, and my skills have gotten better, and I'm mentally more mature, emotionally more mature. Maybe I understand a little more about watching film and preparation, and if I can take my talents to another school where I can be the starter and show what I've got, maybe, just maybe, that will help my future. And so I think it's, for him, I think it's a great idea. Now, somewhat selfishly as a Miami guy, listen, I always want experienced quarterbacks on my roster, because just like we saw when D'Eriq King went down, you didn't have to bring in a TVD. You could bring in Kosi, who saw game action and is a little bit more experienced. So I'm sad from that standpoint that behind D'Eriq King, there's no one that's seen a ton of game action, right? Or there's no Trask to take over for Felipe Franks, the guy that has been there for 3 years and is really good, just hasn't gotten his chance. So, although maybe TBD is that guy, I don't know. So, listen, I think it's a great move for Nkosi to kind of break away from the stigma or whatever follows him or was with him from being the quarterback in Miami that, Snapchatted what he Snapchatted and wasn't amazing on the field, to go to somewhere else and get an opportunity to start and show that he is the guy that was recruited highly by Miami out of high school. So I think it's great for him. I'm not going to say it hurts Miami as a program, but it's certainly, like I said, it would be great to have him there, especially if Derek King can't go against Bama to start the 2021 season, because at least you'd want your number one quarterback to go against Bama. At least you'd have a guy that was in his fourth year and able to at least go out there with some experience under his belt. So from that standpoint, I'm a little bit worried. But listen, we'll keep our fingers crossed that Derek is healthy and that TBD could be or Jake Garcia can be great backups, and we go with that. But we wish Nkosi luck. We hope he has a bunch of success. Once a Miami guy, always a Miami guy. So I will always think of him kindly, and we send him off. Now, at some point, we'll address the losses on the defensive side of the football coaching staff and see what they do there. It's interesting that, first of all, we wish Coach Stroud all the best in his recovery from his health problems, and hopefully he can stick around in some capacity and be around the program. It's tough when you have to hear about a coach that has gone through some things, and I've talked to some people. He really went through it with this COVID, man. It was really, really bad. We wish him the best in his recovery. So we'll see about that. But to lose Banda and Rumph and some other guys open some space, and you wonder if this will kind of give Manny the clearance to go ahead and just wipe everybody off from that staff, or whoever's left, which would basically be Baker and Patke, which I think is what they need to do, but we will see. But when that happens, I will bring you my thoughts and let you know what I think. But until then, be safe, everybody. Wear your masks. It's getting bad out here. I've been talking to my emergency room doctor friends. It is really up against it down here in South Florida and nationwide. I just talked to my buddy who's an ER doctor out in the Bay Area, and just like down in Southern California, they're running out of oxygen. And really, unless you basically come into the hospital and need to be ventilated, there's nothing they can do for you out there. There's no remdesivir. There's no drug cocktail. It's here's a oxygen meter, here's some albuterol, here's a steroid, and good luck to you. That's basically what's going on out there, and it's getting bad. So just please be safe, please, because I don't want to lose any more Canes fans, or anybody for that matter. So be safe out there. All right, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.